US President Donald Trump has touched down in Japan, kicking off the first leg of a high-stakes tour of Asia. The trip comes amid rising tensions between Washington and North Korea, and just 2 weeks after Japan's leader won snap elections. In his first stop, Trump addressed US Marines at Yokota Air Base. Well, for more, we're joined by Nancy Snow, who is a professor of public diplomacy at Kyoto University of Foreign Studies. Nancy, let's start very basic. What is the significance of this visit by Donald Trump?
Well, if you start with Japan, there are going to be two major issues. One will be security and one will be the economy. Both economies are doing well. But it's a delicate dance here because North Korea will be the narrative throughout this trip. And President Trump will have to be very careful not to allow that ongoing conflict with North Korea to dominate his thinking and even his tweets, because we know he'll be tweeting throughout his trip. Today is just a pleasant getting to know you with a golf outing and a steak dinner, which is what Trump prefers, and he's going to get that. So the spouses will have a dinner tonight. And then tomorrow is when the bilateral talks will take place. And of course, the emphasis will be on improving jobs and having some perhaps cooperative industrial agreements come out of this. I know that Prime Minister Abe would like to see the high-speed train, Shinkansen, be developed in the U.S. That's further down the road. And then Trump would like to come away from Japan really on high as he goes to the other four countries, and have some kind of an economic deal come out of this would be the best. North Korea, though, will not sit by and be quiet, because if Trump says that Japan should have shot down those missiles over Hokkaido, that was rather provocative, and I expect that Pyongyang will have plenty to say and throughout the 12 days.
On that issue of the North Korean military threat, what do you think that President Trump is hoping to get from Japan, from Shinzo Abe?
Well, we have really the narrative of two Trumps. It was a year ago and more when he was a candidate, and he would often mention Japan and then Korea paying more for this security arrangement with the United States. He's definitely softened that tone because Abe was the first foreign leader to go meet Trump, and he really gained a lot from that. So they have a warm relationship. So Trump would like to see Japan be cooperative, and Japan, of course, seeks some assurance that the United States would defend Japan if need be. Japan is restricted currently in its constitution to go on any offensive war, but of course, Abe, with his big win in the snap election 2 weeks ago, will bring up this issue again in January to update, so to speak, the Constitution and to allow Japan to work more side by side with the United States, should it need to, in a response, a military response to North Korea. Personally, I don't think that there is a military resolution to North Korea. I think the sanctions should probably be the most effective, because we all want to avoid war here. That is, we being the people of this region.
And just finally, and very, very quickly, Nancy, what kind of message do you think this will project to the North Korean leadership?
Well, the message here is one of strength, and of course, I think they can respect that. But North Korea is always difficult to discern what their next move will be. They have made it clear they are going forward with their nuclear program, and that basically, I think no one can really stop them with that. The country to watch now will be China. Coming out of Japan, we need also, I should say we, but the U.S. and Japan would need cooperation with China to put more economic pressure on North Korea. North Korea is a country of 25 million basically living in enslavement under this leadership. So it would be the best for the region if there are some nonviolent alternatives to all of the military options that have been put forward. When it's such a nuclearized region, you really cannot even expect any kind of a limited nuclear war. That's an oxymoron. That would be a disaster.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. That's Nancy Snow, a professor of public diplomacy.